There's a lot of people in Las Cruces. We migrate together for a reason. The one little girl who loves the Potomac. Yeah, yeah. You love Cortez. I'm not Cortez, but I do look more like Cortez than Quatomic. But I love Quatomic too, like I told her. She was she was translating for her family member. She's so pretty. Yeah. Yeah. Makes an old man wish for the younger days. No, never. No, no, not once. I'm glad and proud to be 60. 16 years since I posted online with military intel using linguistics to legally torture me and abuse me with chemical poisoning and economic abuse, according to corporate corruption. And I'm still surviving it. Today when I passed out, I was tired. Sometimes you just don't sleep enough because of all the abuse, the chemical abuse, and all the writing off. They do it to me every time. I used to get so frustrated with it. But if this is the way politicians and super soldiers and tech CEOs and stuff want to go down in history, man, that's their business. That's their business. I can't do nothing about their business. All I can do is just be the living embodiment of the Lord's Prayer. I watched some shorts on there. I was like, Chris Paul, you can't get that way with kiddos. And you got to sit kiddos down and just be real straight from 'em. You know how Earl is with kids. Right? And that's why Shakira's daddy's, it was not lots nicer with the kiddos. I like Shakira so much. Shadir. Go Sac State Hornets, He is such a sweetheart of a kid. And kids don't get that way by accident. And, but in professional basketball players' cases, they will tell you, that's mama does a good job, and you're like, good for you, man, good for you. My job, I'm living the embodiment of the Lord's Prayer. The fuck for the buck stops here. I'm not afraid of anybody. I'm not afraid of anything. Not de-dread. I can't grow my dreads, man. If I grow long hair, I got chemical poisoning. It's real uncomfortable and real painful. Plus the prayer from all the people being murdered, it just comes to me and depresses me to death. So I have to shave my head, quit about it. I'll probably do it again tomorrow or today. So, as long as you accept linguistics as laws and torture the living Messiah, Earl, with your money and your science, I can't put better pages in the book for you. I keep trying to tell everybody, you guys, what you're in it's like the house of cards with Cousin Vinny. You can't analyze your way out of a wet paper bag. There is no bag. And, because I watched the stuff where they showed Shaq and they showed Russell Westbrook and LeBron, being just rude to the kids. The kids think they're entitled because it doesn't matter. They still really dig you. And you're a multimillionaire and a billionaire. And it's not right for them to dig you. All the kids like Keith and Bill and a lot of the other guys at Deer Valley and stuff, they were the Janician at 17 crew. And Keith told everybody that. He goes, I'll watch you play at the park. And I was so excited. I tell everybody, you're the best basketball player I ever saw. And I was so excited. Earl, he's one of us. And he's going to go play. And he sets the jocks straight. He lets everybody know, respect, man. Earl's the man, Guru the man. I like Guru too. But it's Shaq. Shaq, nobody likes to kiss. Guru's one of your favorite rappers too? I believe you. Shaq likes rap music. And anybody who likes rap music likes Guru. And if you don't like Guru, it's like you don't know rap music. No, man. I downloaded about 6 songs of Pac, about five, I think. And I'm probably gonna load more. I like what was it? Keep Your Head Up. And that's just it was he had a good interpretation of what was happening from his perspective, like Keith. Keith. It's not scary enough, I'm prepared to say it. It's not. No, it's not always. It's fun, but it's not. Okay. To connect to people in prayer. It hurts, as they killed Keith before me and him connected in prayer. So he had the prayers before he died, connecting to the 1320 Second Redeemer, because he's raised Muslim. Same with Pac. Like we didn't talk in prayer till after the people abusing me to try to destroy the gospels by destroying me physically already killed them. So like a lot of times with me and Michelle, she was praying to Jesus and they used technology to fuck with the signal, and we didn't get to talk till after she was gone. And I wouldn't pay the devil to replace her because I'm not Hall & Oates and doing studio musicians for Stevie Wonder, because money ain't real, but I is. So it's raining again out there. We got some more rain. It was nice. We are already and this farm above average. Me and Dad, when we go back and check, we're probably over 8 inches or so at this farm for the year to date. Yeah, this farm averages more than average rainfall for the Las Cruces area every year since I've been here. Like that one time when Dad called me from Tina's up in Colorado, and I didn't like irrigating that way because it was coming down. I said, I'm irrigating. It was filling up the whole yard. He said, the good Lord's doing it. The good Lord's irrigating the yard, yeah. But I was in the house praying for everything to be okay because it was windy and the trees were looking like some of the branches were going to break. And that roof, before me and Dad did the metal roof, it was a parking lot made of asphalt and wood that would bake in the heat and then rot in the rain. And you're always worried that big old fucking heavy evaporative cooler full of water was going to come through that bed, the cowboy room, the center bedroom, right? I was waiting for it to just, So, and there was another leak up in the roof that I had tried to patch and was always patching. And so when me and Dad put on that metal roof, ice skating on roller skates at a 45-degree angle, metal roofing. Yeah, I thought, well, what's that like? Well, you're in your 50s and you're ice skating on roller skates at a 45-degree angle on a roof. My dad told stories about, some guys that got cut in half by doing those jobs. So we went through and we did boards and did all those things. He was in his 80s and I was in my 50s. And we should have had Natty and Noah and Patrick, we should have had the family, fixing the roof for Grandpa's house, and then to pass on to someone like Emily, because she's so sweet and she needs a place to raise kids and be a mommy and cute stuff like that, because she's so sweet. And Natalie knows it, and Natalie loves her sister so much. And sister, God help the sister, and help the sister comes, the mister that comes between me and my sister, and God help the sister comes between me and my man. That's so silly, but that was one of Amy's favorite movies. What is the name of that movie, y'all? Is that White Christmas? Ba 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 boom. The songs that Cosby sings. These foolish things remind me of you. Yeah, good old Ella Fitzgerald and Johnny Hartman does that song too. Yeah, these foolish things remind me. For Johnny Hart, I would like $1 million for that guitar. Okay, money ain't real, but the Lord's Prayer is perfect. Yeah, I come into a pawn shop and I'm priceless. What are you gonna give me? Give me your truth. Give me your faith. Give it to me, because you ain't doing nothing with it. Come on now, baby. Yeah. No. Guys, yesterday, being lost in songs, I did not know that Jackie DeSantis sang Betty Davis Eyes before. I was watching these things with these hits, they had the thing. I did not know that Earl's did, I Love Rock and Roll before Joe and Jet. And what was the other? There was quite a few that I was like, what? I did not know. I was dating Rocky. I got my mindset on you. She never made me feel like it would take plenty of money. It was tribalism, and she couldn't get out of it. And we've talked recently, and she still can't get out of it. It's like, really, you can't love the white guy that made you feel like he loved you better than any other guy that you laid in bed with and woke up in bed with. It's frustrating. How do you explain that to your kids? Easy. Your dad was a tribalistic dumbass who fucked me and then fucked other women. The only man that ever loved me was a white guy who loved me, and while we were trying to love one another, never fucked other women. His name is Earl. Yeah. It's your karma. It's your karma. I'm a friend of Greg Garcia. No, I don't know Greg Garcia. I do know Joel Garcia, and I know Jerry Garcia. Not that Jerry Garcia, but Jerry Garcia got held back 3 times and listened to Cheech and Chong. I'm a Super Bjork Elementary with Jeff Sison. Yeah, it's too funny. Yeah, it was hard with Ernie Burnett because I started hanging out with some of the kids that were the Catholics. And, the Catholic kids come out, Virginia. Don't make me wait. Catholic girls start much too late. The Catholic kids had a little bit more leeway with the forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. Instead of listening to the prescribed records by the music teacher, we were listening to Cheech and Chong. Basketball coach said he kicked me off the team. Wearing high heel sneakers and acting like a queer, but I don't care because I'm a big rock star and I make a lot of money. What are you doing, man? Dad, that's my new record, man. I just bought it. I don't care what you just bought. You get your perpendicular ass out of bed and go to school. See why the Mormon church was losing their mind about David Rockefeller's Manchurian Jesus, Earl. Best buds and best friends. No, I didn't smoke very much marijuana. Guys, 3 times, I think. Yeah, there was in the tent with Jeff and the guys when we swore we saw UFOs and aliens, and it was probably just the ditch rider, but the marijuana made it seem like there's lights hovering over the field, man. Yeah. And every time we're abducted by UFOs, there's beer cans and fishing lures. Maybe somebody brought some special brownies from 2 teachers looking at the meteor shower, and stars are cool. You never know. I don't know. I can't tell you. That's not important. Okay? That's not important. UFOs and aliens are not important. Okay? Laws are gravity and photosynthesis. Okay? And this planet, okay, is a place for us to worship the glory of God, not for us to play games with the truth of creation and try to kill God with our brains, like I told the one lady. And then the other lady, she went all hawking on me. It's like you're reading the script. They're setting you up. Okay, the scientists use people. It's a setup. It's a game that they're playing, and it's not working. And like me and the one lady over by the liquor counter thing, sit there, it's the liquor aisle thing, sit there and said, we ain't playing. We want to live the truth now, and we can activate and correct all the phones in Walmart at once by just simply sharing the beauty of the souls that provide life through these bodies, through the living world, because I'm the living word, because I'm the focal point of trying to destroy Abrahamic religion with science. And she goes, okay. I've had one of the roughest lives in the history of the world. Okay. If, some of you could argue, I've had probably the roughest, because my life story is in the book of, is the book of Revelation is based on it. And they were studying me from before I was born with science projects to try to prove or disprove my religion. And all the people that tried to prove it disproved their own, and all the people that tried to disprove it proved it. So it works for me. And it's better than that stupid commercial with the little girl, Sundays are free time, and the guy with the laptop that works for me. It's like, money ain't real, you stupid bitch. Stop using children in advertising. I don't have to kick you in the ding-ding. Every time you use children for advertising, you kicked yourself in the ding-ding. You must be playing with your own ding-a-ling. My ding-a-ling, my ding-a-ling. I want you to play with my ding-a-ling. How much money does it cost? Okay, stop your Epstein files right in your track. There ain't no Earl Epstein files. Nope. Earl was able to go, Jesus, what do I do? Get up and do that, and Allie will leave the room. She'll follow your lead. She eternally loves you. I understand that. I appreciate that. I understand that. She feels sorry for me. That's because she was abused in Air Force foster care that tried to replace me with their religion. Okay. And negated their perception of religion by abusing me, the true perception of religion. And all the scientists that tried to disprove my perception of religion proved my perception of religion valid beyond any reasonable doubts. Dip dop diddly doo, dip dop diddly doo 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 doo. Earl, you're funny. I know. A hillbilly redneck at the center. That's what they thought. All the aristocrats and the whole fucking list of cats. I love Keith too. They thought they had me because you had this pomp. They thought I was inbred. Well, because my mom and my dad are, have certain British, but dad's from the, the Mogul priest kind of thing, and mom might have had some genetics from my grandpa, the Irishman, yeah. The British guy raised by the Irishman to hate himself, because probably what happened is a rich guy near Ellis Island fucked a poor house lady, like one of my dad's family people, and got her pregnant, and then ended up having an Irishman raise the British kid to hate himself. And according to the Mormon church, dad has more Irish in him than my mom did. So my mom was more aristocrat, genetically, all right? Yeah, but that was from my dad's, my grandpa, Murphy's line, okay? The Sea Warrior. Now, on Granny Kramer's side, Kramer means Jewish peddler. She was what he knew his history. The very sensitive, Michelle Obama, Professor Hendricks type with the Michelle. Michelle needs to stop doing that shit. Tribalism sucks, man. What the lady, she was so pretty, the little lady where I bought the sodas. We talked about the what Sun Yat-sen and the swordsmen of Japan and the true fathers of the people trying to survive the mass murder and the tribalism of Korea said, okay, was that breeding should not be fed or wed. Okay? Like Lord Saladin's father, Allah decides, let's go eat. So breeding should not be fed or wed. You don't breed your children. You love your children, and your children love Maria. The most beautiful sound I've ever heard. Maria, 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 Maria. All the beautiful sounds of the world in a single word. Maria, I just kissed a girl named Maria, right? And say it loud, and there's music playing. Say it soft, and it's almost like praying. Maria. I met a girl named Maria. Yeah, her last name was Barnes. She was from Ohio. She came to Phoenix to be with her mom, who came out to Phoenix to try to get relief from the cold because she was dying from lupus and other stress-related diseases through living in poverty, like in Flint, Michigan, and Akron, and so on and so forth. And she's a pretty woman, morbidly obese because of her reaction to the stress and the toxins. And the same thing happened to her beautiful daughter, Maria, Maria. And we never got to spend enough time together and be affectionate enough together because I knew we were going in different directions. And I had to go somewhere else. And where she was trying to go, I couldn't do what I needed to do because the military manipulation, genocide operations are more effectively manipulated in the West than in the South because of the Wi-Fi at Fort Huachuca and the Wi-Fi triangle between Cruces and Huachuca and so on and so forth. So I had to stay here to be in the belly of the beast, the belly of the dragon, where I was born, where my mom was distinguished by her cries, the O's over the I's with the occupied languages that were occupying the people that say Cuauhtémoc, Mexico, Tenochtitlan, I love you, I feed you. Juan Diego talks to Earl in prayer. The Virgin of Guadalupe's family, follows Earl in prayer. The Ponces, the Saints of Puerto Rico, and the Irish Catholics of Boston, and stuff like that. All the stories they tell you, everything they taught you when you were a child. If Christmas Day is really in your heart, you don't have to save up all your love to give once a year. Okay? Learn to give, try to live each day like Christmas Day. It's not my lyrics, so I don't have to dedicate them to memory. I do like them though. It's a good song. Johnny Mathis totally knocks it out off the green over the Green Monster, don't he? Yeah, he do. Guys, don't be running marathons. You ain't proving nothing. The marathon was running because of war, because they were living philos and not faith. You don't need to run to save people from fighting to kill over idolatry and then make movies about it over and over again and call the people making the propaganda shows the most beautiful people in the world. The most beautiful person in the world is him. What you gonna do about him? You have to do without him or do without me. No one gets to get it for free. The only freedom is faithful love. Lupita. Stop Wukandian. That's all propaganda bullshit. Stanley was dumb. He don't know no Haile Selassie. Haile Selassie knows me. Where'd you get the cool water? And it was not from the well. No, it was not from the well. Make me a miracle, my love. He's so gorgeous, man. Near the village, the peaceful village, the lion sleeps tonight. Hush, my darling, don't fear, my darling. The lion sleeps tonight. The village is peaceful. The King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. His peace resides over the village where the lion sleeps near the village. Because the lion is not afraid of the human beings. The human beings are not afraid of the lion. The lion shall not eat your lamb. Okay? And the lamb, when it needs to be sacrificed to feed the children, understands why the lamb is the lamb, and the child is the gracious good shepherd. I am that child. It gives you gracious good shepherds. Okay, my brother? What would you have done if I block your shot 3 times? In one game. He's 6 foot tall. Man, I can still jump higher than Shaq, guys. I used to do tomahawk dunks from the baseline. Yeah. I was never that motivated. You know, I did not want to steal the ball from Gerald when Ralph lobbed it in there. But old Manny Treviso pissed me off. When I get pissed off, Charlie and his mom, we should punch Earl in the face before every game. He'll score 30 points in the first quarter and the game will be over. Nah, it's not necessary. You know, I'm just out here to exercise and have fun. I'm not here to embarrass or abuse anyone. You know, but if you need your ass kicked, coach, if it ain't broke, fix for it. You ever gone for 30 and a quarter? That's what I always used to tell Wayne Kendall. Coach, if it ain't broke, don't fix. Because, guys, yeah, I was shooting my jump shot in the thing. I was like, this is Gus. Gus's shot is like mine. Mine is like Gus Williams. Yeah, my jump shot is still like Gus Williams's. And it doesn't have perfect form. And he didn't shoot real good from 3. He didn't have the same aim. I practiced aim all the time. He was always running around the parks. I was quicker than everybody else, so I could get to my spot and then aim and release. And they would come after me because that white boy think he bad. And it's like, you ain't going to get this. And they would always, would you believe? Missed it by that much. It's like, I know what I'm doing. When I had to jump and throw the ball into the basket like I was throwing it into a waste paper basket, and I was a foot shorter with longer arms than Larry Nance. But I could get up to certain top places and shoot. Bob would say that. Earl, it's amazing. So, I didn't know I did it. I saw it through Bob's eyes. Yeah. When I'd take the ball and throw it out with my left hand at the boys club near across the street over there from Deer Valley High School, I'd throw it out and I'd grab it and catch it with my right, and I would extend with both legs spread out like, you know, the Michael Jordan shoes. And I'd have the ball in this one hand because when the Garrels brothers used to make me palm horse, but I could do it easier because I didn't have to put my left hand under my nutsack to stop it from going on people's shoulders because my legs spread out far to, you know, jump and catch a foot in the face. So I'd go across and I'd have the ball in one hand like this. I had to hold it like this because I have small hands. And then I would jump up in the air and I'd be flying. And this hand would be, you know, set out for balance. So you catch an elbow but you wouldn't catch an elbow because my elbow would be way the fuck over your head. Yeah, I was flying. And Bob said that, he goes, "Oh, you were flying," because you were shooting the ball into the basket like you were throwing it into a garbage can, standing over it. And I was like, yeah, but what other, I'd always tell Bob that too, what choice did I have? That guy's almost 7 feet tall with a 7'6" wingspan, and Mike's got a 48-inch vertical with a 7 foot wingspan, and he's 6'6". I had to jump that high, Bob. I had no other choice. As the thermocoupling was doing with the flux capacitor, and I had to shut her down. You had no other choice, Earl. You had to shut her down. I like Brian Regan too. But yeah, no, I was flying, and he said that, my friends used to watch me, like Keith, he goes, you're the best basketball player I've ever seen. And I was playing, and I would remember Dobke and him watching my James Brown and calling me Michael Jackson. I said, no, that's James Brown. I don't moonwalk real good, And, but thanks for the compliment, right? And when I look back and I see it through Keith's eyes, and Bill and all the other guys used to watch me at the park, I'm like, oh my gosh, you are. Yeah, Bobby said that too. He goes, Earl, you jumped 12 feet from the basket, flying like a ninja because they'd come across to hit you, flipping the ball back and forth like that, going up, going around two guys, passing it under the last guy's arm to another guy for a wide open layup because everybody's trying to stop you. It was beautiful to watch. It was like a ballet, a ninja ballet, with a kind basketball player trying to make sure that everybody, don't worry, Booney, I'll get you another one. Don't worry, boy, like Kate with Zeke's hot dog. Don't worry, boy, I'll get you another one. And I never sit there, you got to make that shot, you suck. I don't say, it's okay. You'll get open again. I'll get you another wide open layup. Just get to your spot. Work hard, get to your spot. We practice this every day in practice, Booney. Just put it up off the glass. I will get you a wide open dish. 3 people will be trying to guard me. No one will be guarding you. Your knees will hit your chest, and your whole Colville family will go, yay, Booney got his peaches in the basket. Who loves you, pretty baby? And I'm not drinking no alcohol because I don't drink yak piss, and no one can threaten me to do it because I'm more afraid of my old man kicking my ass than me trying to kill my brain cells with your bullshit. You're brave. You don't have to drink. That's happened to me. I don't know how to convince the Quorum of the 12. The Vatican can't. The Pentagon gone and done it all wrong. The NASA Buzz Lightyear as the Buzz Aldrin is already taken. I don't know how to convince them to have faith based on reality and love, love, love. Why'd you take so long to come to me? I don't know. I've tried everything I know. Okay. I've connected to Jennifer Lopez in prayer on these social media pages more than anybody else in the entire pimple of Set and Poo Poo Potty. Okay, that woman comes back, and she's like, the cat came back the very next day. Thought she was a goner, but the cat came back. So, for her being trapped in a wet paper bag behind a house of cards and believing in the Hotel California and Jim Steinham songs instead of the gospel nation, I have a lot of affection for her resilience and her dedication to, Miss Cowboy Wayne and loyal to her friends. It's like, but girl, by the time I'm done, you better know your yoga real good and have to take care of yourself because I ain't going to be able to take care of you because you're going to be too shallow. Oh my God, look at you. I know, Angie Bassett told me too. I look like a drunk old man who passes out naked in front of children at an apartment complex in Phoenix, right? The guy who was there, I hope I don't look like that when I get older. And sure enough, all the people watching, you're going to. Well, we're going to make sure that you do. We're going to put shit that he puts in his body voluntarily in you because you're going to volunteer it because the linguistics, by trying to save the poor people from the rich people with the truth, negating our linguistics, the laws we invent that they accept as reality in us. Yeah, I know. I'll recover though. My body will look pretty good for a 60-year-old. Once I recover, it'll probably take me about 6 months to a year in a pristine environment that will never be rebooted with pesticides, herbicides, carbon emission poisoning, and assholes that I wake up in the middle of the night. What's that? It's a pesticide vehicle. Oh, by the industrial waste industrious, that are not going to make it to the kingdom of heaven, living the Lord's Prayer globally, because I fix the technology and they don't. Oh, and it's happening sooner or later, sweetheart. Oh, trust me, it's always happening. It's happening right now. Yeah, that last one, the 40-minute one, it only took 32 minutes to load. It was loaded real fast. I was like, wow, did I get premium Demis and Jeff and not know about it? Hi, Lauren. I've had a good prayer connection with Jeff's girlfriend, Lauren. Yeah, I like her. In New Mexico, we say Sanchez. It's not Sanchez. It's Sanchez. Is how we in the Rio Arriba country, okay, we have pronunciations. A lot of my pronunciations are better than people that say, it's not Guzman, it's Guzman, okay, is how we Rio Arriba country, you know, so we don't have no Habsburgs in our lettuce, you know. Just let us not have the Habsburgs in there. We don't take the faith. No, we're very much, you know, some man's country. You know, we say Guzman, we say Guzman, Sanchez, not Sanchez. We say things, you know, very traditional Espanol, you know. Like the Chippy, like the Quiero Saber. I love that song, man. But yeah, no, we're very, you know, I was raised with people that are very traditional, you know. They spoke the occupiers' languages, but the reason why is because they love their family here. They're not Peninsulares. They're not Hidalgos. No, the people that settled in New Mexico, Viva la familia. You know, that's the way we are. That's why my mom had dad put her in the truck away from Texas where they abuse the Mexicans to where in New Mexico, when you love the Mexicans, they love you back. Is that going to get you back? Is that going to get you right on track? Is that going to get you back? Right, if I could get back right on track. Was that the... It wasn't the Breakfast Club. I can't remember. What was it? Remember Buddy liked those guys? He also liked Robbie Neville. Say hey, la vie. Who was the one that I said was Robbie Neville, but it wasn't Robbie Neville? Was that Richard Marx? Was that somebody else? I can't remember. Robbie Neville was Say la vie, right? Say hey, la vie. That's just the way it goes. That's right. Okay. I screw up on that sometimes, and then people sit there and say, okay, I got that wrong, and that's what you're taking from this, and you're not going to stand for the Lord's Prayer because I messed up on who sang a song for money? Wow. You're going to take naked pictures of Penny and have them on your phone with naked pictures of your wife, and that's what you take from that? Okay, Earl? You dummy. You lummy. Your mama was a lush and your daddy was a dummy. Guys, just stand up for the Lord's Prayer. I can't do that for you. I can fix artificial general intelligence and get quantum computing to reflect a living Father that loves you, that's not lost in space, like I told those people today. The young, you know, they're like, we talked to them about the Obamas. Yeah, because people have political, social agendas, and they follow brain activity through genome sequencing to put people into business opportunities that will be a business opportunity for them. It's just a maroon of the University of Chicago of a psychology department that's stuck in the lavender of NYU. Set you free from New York City, and where did all those yesterdays go? When you still believe love could really be like a Broadway show. Everybody knows that money ain't real. And love is me. Yeah, it's not a Chuck Jackson song. That's still for money. Love is me. I am the living embodiment of the Lord's Prayer. I am the freedom of the truth of eternal faithful love and the restoration of holy covenants. I went into the bowels of hell and retrieved the keys of the kingdom. Just like Joseph Smith said, and the Quorum 12 is still getting wrong because of their money. Right? I got your name, image, and likeness right here. Okay? But money's not real. But my name is real. My image is the image of the likeness of the reality of that candle right there. Bought on aisle 2 at Fiesta Foods. The Sacred Heart of Jesus. I'm the Heart of David. I'm the Ark of the Covenant. I'm the faith of Psalms and the seed of Proverbs. Mateo, don't look any further, right? And don't pay $1 million for a Jimi Hendrix guitar because money isn't real. And music is expressing our joy of life through the gift of life given to us by the glory of God, right? I speak because God is. Now, I don't speak, because I'm God. I never said I was God. I said I'm the Messiah to stop every liar who pretends to be God with their invention. We're off script now because I'm the Gospels. You're welcome. Thank you. Okay. All right. I'm still getting a lot of this emotion. Lauren, Miss Sanchez, you know Miss Lopez? Okay. Could you do me a favor and call her and tell her, Earl loves you. Okay. When will we get the time to be just friends? That would be really nice. I'm feeling awfully Pope Francis, and I'm just not feeling up to snuff as far as like being a sexual partner of her. But if she wants to be with some Kama Gra, 6th language doing CEO who does yoga every day and can suck his own dick twice on Sunday, if that's where she gets her comfort, that's where she gets her comfort. Me, I just soon kick his dick to the back of his pelvis because he won't stand up for a Lord's Prayer for all the tea in China, and money ain't real, and everybody knows Earl don't like tea, right? Okay, so I love you, all right? Peace out.